Can everyone stand up, please? A warm welcome to Swamiji. Thank you for coming. Thank you all. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, dignitaries, and a warm welcome to both Hanuman Das Ji and His Holiness Sri Chinnajir Swamiji. Tonight's event will be a vibrant celebration of culture, tradition, and community right here in Central Hall, Westminster. My name is Ria Sadasya, and I'm thrilled to be your MC for tonight's event. Tonight's program is jam-packed. First, we have a beautiful cultural performance, then some inspiring speeches, and audio-visual presentations. And finally, the main event of tonight, our engaging talk show. I'd like to take this moment now to divert your attention to the nearest fire exits. In case of emergency, please remain calm and make your way to the nearest fire exit. I'd also like to request that you refrain from walking down the aisles apart from necessity, and even if you need to go, please be discreet and quiet. So please now take this moment to turn off your mobile phones and pay full attention to our wonderful event that we've planned for you tonight. So I'm thrilled to say that Kala Sagar UK is here to share a fusion dance between Bharatanatyam and the Scottish lilt. Tonight's performance merges two cultures with great significance to many of us in this room. This dance symbolizes our life as living as Indians in the UK, a beautiful meeting of two cultures, honoring where we come from, while also embracing where we are now. With that being said, I'd like to invite Bharatanatyam dancers Preeti Mahendran, Bharati Karthikeyan, and Neeti Raudor, Scottish dancers Charlotte Lee and Chloe Simpson, and also Ram Sivasubramaniam playing the mridangam onto the stage now. Thank you.
பரந்த
was absolutely incredible. Can we just have another huge round of applause for them again? Thank you so much again. And can I request Swamiji to present the dancers with their certificates? So can I have Preeti Mahendran? Bharati Karthikeyan. Niti Raudo. Charlotte Lee. And Chloe Simpson. Thank you again to our amazing dancers. And another round of applause, please. I'd now like to welcome two esteemed politicians who are here with us today. I'd like to welcome Mr. Uday Nagaraju. Thank you for joining us today. And I'd also like to invite Mr. Virendra Sharma, whose commitment to unity is truly inspiring. Mr. Virendra Sharma's journey from a bus conductor in West London to a 5-term Member of Parliament embodies the power of public service rooted in integrity, inclusion, and social justice. For over 50 years, he has championed the rights of diverse communities, strengthened UK-India ties, and exemplified moral leadership in British politics. Please welcome him to the stage.
All right. I'm going to read my speech tonight because I don't want to make any mistake. Adinay Swamiji, all the distinguished guests here, let me first formally welcome Swamiji to London for this historical visit. And I think the organizers have chosen the best day in London. Today is the Guru Purnima, Hanumanji, and that's where Guruji is here with us to celebrate. Guruji, welcome. For me, it is an honor to speak, but also share some reflections from a deeply humbling and spiritual experience I had in November 2016, a visit to the ashram of His Holiness Jai Swamiji's in India. With Uday Nagaraju took me there at that time. I was a member of parliament in the United Kingdom. I have had the opportunity to meet people from all walks of life, political leaders, spiritual thinkers, community champions. But very few encounters have left as lasting an impression as my visit with Swamiji and his dedicated team that time. Swamiji is not just a spiritual guide. He is a living embodiment of service, humility, and a vision. In an age of uncertainty and materialism, his voice rings clear with ancient wisdom and modern compassion. And nowhere is this more evident than in the incredible work he's doing at his ashram and through the school of his the visually impaired. I hope that most of you been there and you know what the services the ashram is providing to all those people who actually needs the services. When I visited the school, I saw something far greater than education. Righty, what wings to soar. The blind school is not merely an institution. It is a main manifestation of Dharma, where service, the seva, knowledge, and compassion meet. The children I met, they had a vibrant smiles, confident demeanors, and a sense of purpose that touches me deeply. It reminds me that real development is not in GDP figures or global rankings, but in how we treat the most vulnerable among us. Swamiji's teaching, drawn from the deep well of Vedic knowledge and Vaishnava traditions, are not confined to prayer halls or discourses. They come alive in action, in restoring temples, reviving culture, caring for the disabled, promoting Sanskrit, and upholding the Sanatan Dharma with the spirit of inclusion and love. And what struck me most was how modern and global his outlook is. Even while rooted firmly in our ancient ethos, he speaks not to one sect or region, but to humanity. His voice resonates with Indians in India, with the diaspora in the UK, and with all those searching for meaning in today's complex world. As a public representative in the British Parliament for close to 2 decades, I have always believed in building bridges between East and West, between communities and cultures, and between traditions and progress. In Swamiji, I found a fellow bridge builder, one who connects devotion and development, heritage, and the humanity. During my visit, I had the honor of presenting a token of appreciation to Swamiji. But in truth, it is I who came away receiving far more. I received blessings, yes, but also inspiration to serve with deeper sincerity, to lead with integrity, and to always remember the roots from which I come. Let us all take a moment to reflect on how we too can contribute, in small ways or large, to the vision that saints like Swamiji had, are bringing to life a society where no one is left behind, where spirituality is not confined to rituals, but expressed through actions, love, and service. Let us support such noble mission, learn from their examples, and carry their messages into every sphere of our lives. I thank Swamiji for his wisdom, his warmth, and his unwavering service to humanity. And I thank all of you for allowing me the chance to share this experience with you today. God bless you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much again, Mr. Virendra Sharma, for the inspiring words. Can we have another round of applause, please, just for him? And can I also request Mr. Ram Sivasubramaniam, who played the mridangam in the previous performance, to also come and collect his certificate from Swamiji. Thank you. So, as you all know, this event is hosted by VTSUK, and I am a youth volunteer for this charity. So I'd like to take this moment to speak personally about the organization. But first, I want to take you back to its origins. Vikasa Tarangini, widely known as VTSUK, but here as VTSUK, was founded under the divine vision of Sri Chinajir Swamiji, guided by one powerful principle: serve all beings as service to God. And this vision has now grown into a global movement. And I'd like to share some of the highlights of VTSUK's efforts. Over 125,000 students are now empowered with access to education and opportunities. VTSUK has supported over 2,600 visually challenged students with education and resources, and I personally have visited these Netra Vidyalaya students and was educated on how to read Braille. Mahila Arogya Vikas offers free breast and cervical cancer screenings to 3.4 million urban women in Bharat. And VTSUK has supported more than 24 environmental and disaster relief activities across the globe. This powerful model of seva, or selfless service, was born in Bharat, but now inspires global chapters. And here in the UK, we have VTSUK. In the last 2 years, VTSUK has conducted 75 events, which averages to around 3 a month. But tonight, I'd like to share just a handful of the work that's been done so far. VTSUK has numerous youth volunteers. Some of them are actually here with us today. And as a youth volunteer myself, I'd like to share a bit of my personal experience. From volunteering with the High Commission of India to litter picking in our local community, I can say that we've mostly done it all. But my personal highlight is the annual Diwali Mela, where us volunteers organize game stalls, run face painting, and get to dress up in traditional clothing similar to what I'm wearing today. All in all, I can say personally that being a volunteer has been an enriching experience, and I'm truly grateful for the opportunity to give back to my community. But moving on, VTSUK has great links with local MPs and mayors, collaborating on ideas and always looking for ways to improve our community. Moreover, we participated in books, food, and blood donations, which is quite a lot of donations if I do say so myself. Moreover, it's not just that. We've organized weekly yoga and walking initiatives to promote holistic wellness. But it's also just connected people together, having something to look forward to every Sunday morning. In terms of campaigns, we've raised money for Mahila Arogya Vikas, brain injury support, and India's flood relief. And VTSUK is not just a London-based organization. We have teams in Manchester and Orpington who have also contributed to donations and wellness workshops. And finally, most recently, we've been focused on physical and mental wellness, providing education and removing stigma through workshops on managing stress and healthy eating. Earlier this year, Harrow Giving gave us a grant to promote a Stop Tobacco Use, Start Living campaign. But again, this is just the beginning. We still have much to do, and I hope you'll continue to support our journey, whether it's through our social media at WeAreVTSUK or here in person like you are tonight. Thank you. I'd now also like to share a short video about Go Dharmic.
We are Go Dharmic, a community that embraces the whole world as one family. We believe in compassion, and we believe compassion needs to be put into action. Millions of people around the world are suffering due to climate change, war, poverty, and complex issues that often can numb us into inaction. The call to go Dharmic is one to express, to offer our hearts to those in need. Here in the UK, so many are struggling with the cost of living crisis, struggling to feed their families. Go Dharmic has been present and has distributed over 20 million meals through its volunteers around the world, supporting families who are going through a difficult time and those struggling with homelessness. Across the world, we have been at 180 disasters. We have developed schools for 80,000 children across India at 107 different locations. We've done environmental projects and served wherever we can. Go Dharmic is a community of love, a community where we see the whole world as one family. Thank you for supporting Go Dharmic and making it what it is. Together, we can help more children receive a better education. We can help more families in disasters and ensure they have access to food, water, and clean toilets. Let's do everything we can. Let's go Dharmic.
Thank you, Go Dharmic, for the video. It was very inspiring. And I'd like to take this opportunity to share a bit more about Hanuman Dasji. Hanuman Dasji is the founder of Go Dharmic, a global humanitarian movement rooted in the principle of Dharma and driven by the motto, love all, feed all, serve all. Since 2011, the organization has delivered over 27 million meals, planted 260,000 mangroves, and provided aid at 185 plus disaster sites, blending spiritual values with tangible impact. Honoured with the UK Prime Minister's Points of Light Award in 2023, Hanuman Dasji is also a spiritual author, continuing his late mentor Ram Das's legacy through teachings grounded in Hindu philosophy. I'd now like to share a small video about Swamiji. Thank you. So, as the video says, I think we're now all ready and eager to see tonight's main event. So I'd now like to welcome Hanuman Dasji and His Holiness Sri Chinnaji Swamiji onto the stage for tonight's main talk show. Thank you.
Thank you. Testing. Swamiji, is it working? So,
Good evening to all of you. Jai Shriman Narayana.
Jai Sriman Narayana. So, thank you everybody for coming here tonight. It's a very hot day in London. As we know, these last few days have been hotter than Barbados. Not as hot maybe as Hyderabad, Swamiji. But just firstly, a big thank you to you, Your Holiness, for being here and being here in London, and especially on the sacred occasion of Guru Purnima. To have you here is a great blessing for all of us. Can we have a big round of applause?
Jai Shriman Narayana.
And thank you to every one of you who have come out on this hot night to learn, listen, and gain the wisdom from Swamiji. We are uniquely blessed to be here. So thank you.
Most welcome.
Okay, so we're going to get right into it, and we're going to go for about 7.5 hours, I think we've got, before the day's out. No, because with this list of questions I have for you, Swamiji,
No.
we could go for a long time.
Come
on. I think we are here to learn from you, Swamiji. And today I want to speak as little as possible to be able to give everybody as much nectar as possible so that we can leave here tonight with some wisdom, some knowledge, inspiration. And when the VTSUK UK team asked me to be involved in this, I jumped at the opportunity because I heard you speak at the Heartfulness event in Hyderabad, and I knew that the people here would be blessed to receive that wisdom. And also, when they said the title was Devotion to Service, that's uniquely close to my heart, about how we can use that love for divinity and sacredness to extend into compassionate work, as you've been doing. So that's really something I hope we can all take away. But today being Guru Purnima, Swamiji, could you please tell us what Guru Purnima even is, and what is the significance of an Acharya or a Guru in today's world?
Well, Jai Shriman Narayana to you all, and Hanuman Das ji. We are so privileged to be here with all our wonderful audience this evening. Today is Guru Purnima, a day dedicated to our gurus, our mentors. We have so many days dedicated for different people, like Mother's Day, Father's Day, Brother's Day, Secretary's Day, and so on and so forth. So also, a day is dedicated for our mentors, our teachers, our gurus, our acharyas, is this day. And this day is called the full moon day of the month Ashada, as per the lunar calendar. But that's okay. But the important thing is full moon day, because a guru is like a full moon. He is not giving light of his own. Moon draws light from the sun, and then he glows. But when sun directly gives light to us, as you initially started, it's too hot. Very difficult to experience. But when the same sun's light comes to us through the moon, it's pretty much enjoyable, so delightful. It's same way. God, I think, probably is the root cause of this entire universe, as our scriptures talk about. But when God himself gives us any message, it's most of the times, unpalatable. Because what God should say, come to me, I save you, and I take care of you. Always he's banging his own drums. It looks so odd for us, common people, to approach him. We need someone to talk about God. Sweet never says that I am sweet. When you open the tin and if the sweet starts saying, I am so sweet, you throw it out. You don't like it. Someone who tasted that should say, oh, this is so sweet, come on, taste it. Then we enjoy it, right? So also, God directly says anything to us, most of the times is unpalatable. So the knowledge of God should come to us through some experienced soul whom we call as Guru. We call Guru as Acharya. It's in Sanskrit, of course, which means the Guru who gives us the holistic knowledge. We go to colleges, schools, and universities where we get some kind of knowledge from our teachers and our mentors. But that knowledge is most of the times materialistic knowledge. That's not enough for our human survival on this planet Earth, because we, whom we call we, the souls, are not something that can be seen or experienced. Now we can see God either. We need to know about ourselves in a holistic way, for which it is the mentors who do something for us. They're called acharyas. They grasp the essence from the scriptures to make our lives comfortable in this world and to make a life that is good even after leaving this body. We do not see that actually, what is there after the life. So saying something about that is a bit difficult. But we need to understand, we are not seeing our old age. Do we? No. But we take much care for our old age. When we are young, we go to gym, we go on walking, we go on jogging, we go on running. We do a variety of exercises, not for that day. While running, it's pretty tiresome. Sweating, more painful. But still, we do that, not for that day's joy. We do that keeping tomorrow's health in our mind. We didn't see tomorrow. And we don't know till tomorrow we'll be there or not. But still, keeping that in view, we take some care. So also, keep that the future of the world, not only for our sake, but our future generations. And then you need to understand certain laws of the nature. Whoever teaches even those laws, practicing oneself, is called Acharya. A day is dedicated in our system, is called Guru Purnima.
That's so beautiful. Thank you. And I love that example that you put about the moon reflecting that, because the sun is just too great. Like when Arjuna had that desire to see the form of Krishna, and he felt that, and then he almost wanted to take it away, whereas the Guru can give us that, the Acharya can help us to feel in our hearts that true understanding. And speaking of great Acharyas, you've developed this amazing, phenomenal statue called the Statue of Equality in Hyderabad of Sri Ramanujacharya, which is absolutely incredible. Before we hear about the statue, could you tell us about Sri Ramanujacharya? Anything that, for those of us here in London who know nothing about this great Acharya, could you tell us about him?
We all love equality. Equality among humans, first of all. People we see in different colors, races, religions, sects, sections, genders. We know all of those things. But we need all of them must be treated equally, because we are all children of one God. Or at least if we know God or not, forget about it. But we are all children of one mother, that is Mother Earth. And when we understand this, we should treat everybody equally. But this was not believed, this was not practiced 1,000 years before. And then if somebody talks about equality, as we know, the Socrates, when he started speaking something good, then the reward he received was sacking him. That was the order of the day. Some people were never allowed into the society where common people move. And forget about the temples, were totally closed for such kind of people. During that time, a great saint born in 1017 AD and lived for 120 years, moved all over the area, understood the attitudes of the people, and tried to bridge gaps between sections, between people. When those who are not allowed to be moving in the common society, for them he brought them into the mainstream. He even opened the doors of the temple for such people to enter. It was not just an action for that time, but that system is still in practice in Bharat, especially in India. And in those days, equality was not even heard of. Nowadays, it's a political statement. Equality. Sorry, sir. But most people talk about equality, but how far they follow that? Very recently, we saw in America, people, black and white, were fighting, right? There was so much havoc happened. Probably it was happening, since many eras. So it was first Ramanujacharya in 11th century spoke about equality, practiced it, made the rulers of the time to understand the value and accept it and follow that. And his millennium year was celebrated in 2017. And keeping that in view, all probably the followers of Ramanujacharya's preachings wanted to create a monument which will be witnessing the actions done by that guru. And also, I think nowadays it's a need, because people we see are fighting on the name of race, on the name of religion, on the name of their nationality. I think nowadays we see the war in Russia, Ukraine, and Iran, Gaza, right? And so many places, I think, wars. In the same religion, people fighting with each other. These kind of things when are happening, it's pretty much important to understand the value of equality. Options must be kept open to everyone to raise, to live, to eat, to study, to live in peace, not making the society into pieces.
That's beautiful. Thank you, Swamiji. And could you tell us about the statue? How big is it? Where is it? If all of these people here want to come and see it, where do they go?
We welcome you all to witness that, and we love to host all of you there. It's in center of Bharat, India, in a place called Hyderabad, which is famous for Nizam rulers. And it is in that city, Hyderabad, and the height is 250 and 16 feet,
Wow.
a metallic sitting statue, and probably the first in the country and second in the world sitting statue.
I can't wait to come and visit Swamiji. If you'll have us after this conversation, if we're still allowed, please allow us to come and visit. Swamiji, I want to go on to something that's very dear to my heart. And I guess for me, it's this idea of Dharma and the idea of, when I first started the work with Go Dharmic, I was really moved by this idea of Dharma as a sense of responsibility and duty and, as you said, serving others like they are God, like in that quotation we saw on the stage earlier. That idea really moved me as a sense of Dharma. But what we saw was many people speak of philosophy and religion and ideas, but not many actually move into that physical action, compassion and action. You've done that, and that's why I was so excited to be with you and to also invite others to learn about your work. You started as a spiritual leader, GR. Why community service? What leads into that? Like, how does that connect?
Well, Dharma is not something that is a discourse. Dharma is not a preaching. Dharma is not a message. Dharma is an action with selflessness. It is said, Dharma, when you practice and protect that, it protects you. It is something like that. You know cycling, right? We saw cycles all around the streets. Cycles. And when we are young, we used to learn cycling. Initially, to learn cycling, it's a bit difficult thing. First, we have to just put the foot from the middle and then do the pedaling. And slowly, just we sat down on the seat and started driving that. And after some time, you need not hold the bar. You can just simply leave it. You tie your hands and then you can run the cycle. And there are people who close their eyes and then run the cycle. Initially, when they started, they practiced. But after some time, it protects them. This is a kind of practice called Dharma. You do first of all, though sometimes it may be difficult, but then you will be saved from so many high tides of the life. Because when we talk about the Dharma, it's not just a practice for your survival, for your moment. It is for the life at large. Like, you are an individual basically. You need to take care of yourself. Eat good, drink good things, good liquids, and the sattvic liquids, right? And then sleep well, move well with people. That is for your individual sake. And then you born in a family. You have a mom, you have a dad. They have again their moms and dads. You have a lineage behind you. That means you are in a network. No one in this world is an independent, is an individual. Everyone is in a network. But we need to understand that network and work in accordance to the system. So don't deny that, no, I want to care my mom, my dad, my relatives and stuff. And then you are only one family. But you are not only the family on this earth. There are millions and millions of people like you in this world. You need to understand them too and work with them. As you understand yourself, having different limbs of the body, work for each one of them. And when you understand your family, you need to work for each one of them. So also you need to understand, if you step up, you are in a big society. And there are different colors, different languages, different styles of life.
Right.
You need to understand them and you need to work for them too. You need to respect those systems. But there's only step 3. There is step 4. You, humans, is only one species among millions. Don't abuse them. For the sake of yourself, don't disturb them. It is like catching the leaf of a tree and missing the tree. It should not happen. You are a part of the tree. You are a part of the whole nature. So, there is variety of living on this planet. Biodiversity is there. So many animals, birds, trees, and stuff. Don't abuse them. That is dharma. But next is another step. That is, there is some unseen power behind all of us, making the systems of this world, we the humans, most of the times, walk vertical. Other creatures move horizontal. Trees won't move but live. Non-living stuff like the soil, water, and mountains, valleys, etc. are there. You are a part of the whole. When you understand the whole picture of the world and the very survival of yours as a part of this whole, and then start living now from yourself, from your home, society, nature, and with the universal power. Whatever act, whatever the work you do, not disturbing each of these 5 areas. Some people, I think probably you know well, are very self-conscious. They say, I'm okay. I don't care my neighbor. I don't care anybody. There are some people who live like that. There are still some people who care for their own family. They never bother about their neighbor. There are still some other people who love their own race and religion, never care for others. There are still some other people who love the nature. They never respect their own family. Right? But there are still some other type of people who say that they are very devoted, very religious, very ritualistic, and very, very Sanatanis, etc. They deal only with what they believe as God. They never care for the nature. They never care for the society. They never care for the people. Both are wrong. Because what you call dharma is saying the thing what you see all around, the world you live in, is the divine form of that universal power. You are only a part of it. And you and your neighbor, both are parts of it. Don't hate, don't put him down, and don't look him down. Don't try to dominate, don't try to cheat, don't try to insult, because one hand never insults the other hand. Works may be different. One hand is doing some work, other hand is doing some other work. Your head is doing some work, foot is doing some other work. But they never hate each other. And head never says, I'm top, you are the bottom one. And foot never feels jealous seeing the head on the top. Both go together. Both support each other. Both live together. You are happy, I am happy. If this analogy is understood at the macro level, what we call the world, then you, understanding these things, whatever you practice, is called dharma.
That's so beautiful, thank you. You know, Swamiji, what I feel you're talking about here, and the work of VTSUK and other organizations like that, especially the work of Go Dharmic and Seva International, and organizations that are based on Dharmic ideals, they approach charity and service in a different way. Because I think the understanding of charity we have in the West is very influenced by a kind of Victorian ideal of tithing. So we can pillage and earn money and get lots of resources like was done in America. And then we have to give a little bit of money to charity, either to organized religion or to other charitable organizations, and then the sins are gone of that generating the resource. Here, what you're talking about is something very holistic, isn't it? It's a different understanding of charity.
It's a way of living.
A way of life, a way of living. It's a very different type of concept. When we describe charity, they say, okay, here is a picture of a poor child, donate some money here, and you are okay. We're asking, change your way of being.
It's something here. Perspective. Change the perspective of the life. Don't miss the part for the sake of the whole, and at the same time, don't miss the whole for the sake of a part. So if you understand, I think the way of doing things, knowing these factors, that is called dharma. Dharma is not something that comes from the blue. Dharma is what you do is the dharma. When you eat, that is also can become dharma. When you sleep, that also becomes dharma. When you talk to the other person, also becomes dharma. When you understand this and do. So without this understanding, if you do, it's pretty much materialistic.
Right, yeah. So moving from that, before we touch on the service elements of your work in India and here and in different places that have been incredible, when we think of, like you said, food, when I visited COP26, COP20, the environmental conferences of the world where everybody flies in and everybody has these huge meetings around how we're going to heal climate, how we are going to make peace with nature, how we're going to do this. And then all of these documents are signed, high-level discussions, everything happens, then everybody leaves. And exactly the same thing is going, the planet heats up, everything is going the same way. And as they were having these meetings, I was shocked because they had these huge stakes on the table, which is so harmful to the environment that, you know, eating animal products at an environmental conference, it begs belief. So I think when you say you start to love nature, you start to love other beings, before we go into talking about some of the projects, could you touch a little bit more on that non-harming element of that approach when we see the divine in other living beings, how we can reduce that harm?
Exploitation is inevitable in the life. Baby exploits the mother for the survival, and husband exploits the wife for his pleasure. We exploit nature for our survival. Exploitation is always probably important, is necessary. But over-exploitation is something what we call dangerous. That's where we understand. You have to get something from the nature because you have to survive. You have to get something from the animals because you have to survive. From the birds, because you have to survive. From the trees, you have to survive. From the rivers, because you have to survive. But as long as you are exploiting for the sake of your survival, it becomes a necessity. But when you exploit beyond the requirement, that becomes a damage. That is dangerous. We nowadays, as you rightly pointed out, the things that we see in many places, is what we call the over-exploitation. So, if we are able to reduce that over-exploitation to the extent possible, I think we can do a lot of probably service to the nature, service to the animals, service to the birds, service to the nature, right? So, what my point is, live as frugal as possible. You need not stop anything. Eat. Eat good food, whatever is required. But beyond that, you keep on grazing and grazing and grazing. You know, that is a harmful to oneself, harmful ultimately to the nature. So that is just one example I took because food is commonly known to everyone. But in every other aspect also, if we are able to just reduce our luxuries, not necessities. Necessities are inevitable. Luxuries can be reduced. Reduce it to the extent possible and try to use it for benefit of others.
That's beautiful. That's really beautiful, Swamiji. I think, can we have a round of applause for that? If we apply non-violence with our heart and mind in the best way, then we will reduce that harm to ourselves and to nature. And I think that's really a critical point that can give us hope when it looks like so many of the planetary boundaries are being crossed and so much suffering for Mother Earth, which is also a form of guru for us to take care of. I want to get into some of the projects because I'm sure some of the team, VTSUK team, will start waving at me when there's time is not long to go. But what prompted you, Swamiji, to get into tribal schools?
Well, we are humans fundamentally, and we expect every human should live with pride. Chances must be open to everyone. But unfortunately, there are some children live far away from the common people, like forests. And especially in places, I think probably that type of living is everywhere. But in India, there are so many forests and people live in those forests too. But they are very far from the cars.
Sorry, they were very far from?
From even the vehicles.
From the villages. The forests are very far from
forest.
The villages.
And there are wonderful gems in the forest. Gem never goes to people and says that I am here, please pick me up. But it is the duty of a person who understands the value and wealth of the gem, goes in search of that and tries to pick it up, polish it and show it to the world. And so we found there are great minds even in the forest. Most of the times, we people in the cities are corrupt most of the times because we fill up this mind with so much unwanted stuff. And then we never look into the nature. But those people in the forest, they live with the forest, they live in the forest, and they know the value of the forest, and they know the value of the nature at large. And if we give them the knowledge to live with us, they can bring such kind of wealth to us. So we thought reaching that unreachable places is very, very important for us. And there was a kind of prompt to us to reach those places. You know, in 2000, there was an earthquake in Gujarat. Mother Earth showed her red eye. This is what papers wrote during the time. And then we thought, mother never shows red eye towards her children. And then why that earthquake happened? Why there are floods? Why there are tornadoes? Why there are cyclones? These natural disasters, it's not the curse from the nature, but it is what we are making the nature. Because nature, as a mother, has her own point of bearing with the pains we cause to her, a saturation point. Beyond that, even she responds. That response comes in the form of earthquake. We went around the country during that time to support those people. We constructed a village in Gujarat near Bhuj, called Vallabhapur.
Oh, wonderful.
And then we found people in the name of religion, in the name of casteism, are not coming together. And what we thought, a mother never bears with this kind of attitude among her own children. So, if we fight with each other, our mother will not happy, isn't it? So we should be together. And then we led a movement. And it's, of course, the name is something different, the name of the movement, but there is one oath everybody should take. Me, my family, my country should be together. If you like this oath, come on, join the movement. This is all what it is. It's not something talking about God, belief, faith. No. You may be a Muslim, you may be a Christian, you may be an atheist, you may be something else. Doesn't matter. But you need to say, we live together. Sangachadvam, samvadadvam, samvo manamsi janatam is the preaching from our great sages. That means, let's walk together. Let's speak in a single tone. Let our minds join together. This is what the mantra says. So if you like this, join me. Let us do a moment. This is what we were doing. In that moment, we went to the forest. Then we found the people there are so pure. They don't know how to cheat. They don't know how to make mistakes. They just live like pure souls. But no education is there. They don't know how to just answer even the questions if you ask. So that is what prompted us to do something for such kind of children. And on the top of it, we went to a place which was very, very terrorist tortured area, and where in that place there are some terrorists called Naxalites. They call them as the Naxalites. So the place was a hub of such kind of Naxalites. It's called Allampalli. And we chose that place to start a school.
That's beautiful, thank you.
And many people scared us, saying, Swamiji, why are you going there? There are Naxalites. And you wanted to start a residential school there. Whatever the vessels you keep there, they go away.
They'll steal them. People will take them away.
They take away at the gunpoint. And the food material, whatever you keep, they will take away. They never leave anything there. And if you say anything, they may shoot. But I said, I'm a human. He is also a human. There may be some kind of, a situation which provoked those people to be like that. But if at all we show love, that love may be reciprocated. Keeping that in heart, we constructed a school, a big school, and started a residential school for 650 students. And it started in 2002. And on a Republic Day, we opened on January 26th, we opened the school.
Wow.
Till today, no disturbance. And the media wrote an article in the papers, hands holding guns are holding pens today.
Oh, wonderful. Swamiji, you said that mission of all of us coming together as one, and that beautiful mantra which you shared that exemplifies that idea. And you started that movement in the forest, where it's difficult to go, difficult to even travel to, let alone fly to, or get easily by train or anything. You have to drive for hours and hours and then maybe go by foot. Perhaps we can all take that beautiful oath today to say that we are all one and that we will all stick together. With your
Let us
blessing.
say, should we say that? I say that in a Sanskrit verse, right? Samgachatvam,
Samgachatvam,
samvadadhvam,
samvadatvam,
samvo manamsi,
samvo manamsi,
janatam.
janatam.
Let us walk in unison. Let us speak in a single tone.
Let us speak in a single tone.
Let our minds be together.
Let our minds be together.
To support the needy.
To support the needy. How beautiful, thank you. Now, one of your flagship projects is women's health and well-being.
Right.
Again, we have this idea of equality and driving that forward, not just in words, but in action. Could you tell us a little bit about that project?
Gender equality is one of the main things, right? Most of the times women were neglected by the society, unfortunately. But the life itself is woman-centric. We born from those great people. They are mothers. If we are not able to take care of them, I think what a kind of life ours would be. Gratitude should make you to take care of those sources of our life. But in a country like India, women support the whole family, but they never take care of their own health. Even though there is a kind of disturbance in their health, they just try to adjust, not telling out, thinking that husband may not like, relatives around may not accept. It's a social stigma that makes them to be conducive. But many a time, we used to hear the cases from our surroundings. Swamiji, my wife suffering from cancer, my sister, my mom, my auntie. This kind of words we start using in 2005, 6, up to 7. Then we thought, what is the reason for the cancer? And we found it's pretty dangerous disease, because if there is a problem in the heart, you find indications. There is a problem in kidneys, you find indicators. If there is a problem in your liver, you find something that indicates that something is happening. But for cancer, no indications at all. It slowly grows in, and at a point of time it erupts. But the moment it came out, maybe it is in second, third, or final stage. Then doing something further is really difficult. And once it is identified, the lifespan may be 3 to 6 months. This is what I found, and we thought of doing something. And we found the main cause for cancer is lifestyle. Because nowadays, in olden days, the ladies used to work hard in the family and they used to maintain their own health. But nowadays, everything is the button, click of a button, you get everything, no work is needed. So these are lifestyle diseases. So identifying that at the early stage is the best way to avoid that, to arrest it. And then how to do that? It's a pretty costlier activity. But there were 3 doctors in Hyderabad who took up a project of identifying the cancer, which is cervical cancer and breast cancer. And they made a project and submitted to the World Health Organization in end of 1970s, 1990s. And they have accepted that project called VIA, Visual Inspection with Acetic Acid. And they prepared norms, and then they said it can be done. Early detection and educating the women, these are the 2 important things, they said. We started a project in 2007. The time when we started, there was no NGO working on cancer at all. We started because the main key for that is educating women, reaching women, bringing her for the screening camp. We have a good team of volunteers to us. As our VTS people said, we have nice young volunteers with us. Thus we have thousands of volunteers in India who interested in doing some kind of service as well. So we engaged them to educate the women, bring them for the screening. And I think you understand, women never spend money for their health. They spend for saris and jewelry, but they don't spend for health. And when that is the case, if you ask them to spend some money for their own health screening camp, they won't do. So we started doing the screening camp at free of cost, which is otherwise.
It's beautiful.
Otherwise, costs approximately, in your pounds, I don't know how much it is, but in India it costs approximately 3,000 to 5,000 rupees. Maybe it is 30 to 40 pounds here.
30 to 50 pounds.
Pounds. That much of money is a big money for those people who live in India. And for the disease, there is no compassion, there is no partiality. It accepts rural and urban women equally. And urban women are worse patients. And hence we started doing something for them. And we give training to women volunteers, and we give them the necessary instructions to educate first, conduct camp, and do some kind of initial support till they reach for a surgery, radiation, or chemotherapy. In other words, we are more or less saving 5,000 rupees for each woman, and because we thought if a man is deceased, nothing happens in a family. But if a woman is not healthy, the whole family will be, on doldrums. But she never is much taken care by the family. And our volunteers started this project in 2010 very seriously. And so far, we covered 3.4 million women.
Wow.
And another interesting thing I'd like to mention you, just we were talking with our Dr. Satish in the afternoon. There is a device called colposcope which is used for screening the cervical cancer. The mission normally costs approximately $2,000 to $7,000 US, the cost of the machine, which is necessary for screening. Such a kind of a mission we made on our own at the cost of $80.
$8.
$80.
$80. That's incredible.
Far better than the conventional colposcope. And also, while we do with our machine, a screen is kept. And the woman to whom we are doing the test, she can see herself how healthy she is, how she is maintaining her own self, and she will be educated. And she can conduct herself in a better way for the future. This is a kind of device which we made from our organization out of experience, because when we deal with millions of women, with a device, we understood the logistics of the work, how the machine does. It is done in a very simple way. And our volunteers doing that.
That's
Every
wonderful.
day on an average, one camp is done in some part of either India or Nepal.
Wow, that's extraordinary. Swamiji, I could speak to you all night about these projects and about the incredible work that you've been doing and all of the volunteers.
Thank you.
We will be running a little bit shorter on time, but I want to speak to the youth who are here. I want to also speak to the youth that connect when they watch this online, and also to my daughter who's sitting in the room here, and the other young volunteers who are doing so wonderful, speaking on the stage, the dancers, the volunteers who go out and promote all of these activities. You received the Padma Bhushan Award in India in 2023, which is an incredible achievement. But I wanted to, for the remaining time, speak a little bit about the youth. Now, receiving such an accolade like that, it can be something that, grows at one's ego, or, speak to somebody who's a young child who's received an award today and they're on their journey in life, and how you view that. How do you view such awards, and how do you see these things?
The credit goes not to us, but to the volunteers who did wonderful service. We are like a car. A car. It's not the car that moves, it's the wheels that move. But people speak about the car only. Oh, how beautiful that car is, how beautiful that car runs. But car never runs. If car runs, the person in the car is in trouble. It's only the wheels run, but nobody speaks about the wheels. But if something happened to the wheel, people criticize the wheel only, but not the car. Right? We are like a car, and our volunteers are like powerful wheels. They do all the activities. Credit comes to us. When we got a call from the office, Delhi, we want to give Padma Bhushan to you. Is it okay? We asked them, what should we do? Should we pay anything for that? They said, no. If you say yes, that's enough. I said, if it comes at free, we are okay. Anything comes free, don't say no. So we have accepted that. But we know the award, probably the prestigious award number 3 from the top, it's not for me, but it is for the entire team of volunteers and organizers. Because the school constructed, the women health care is taken, and the school for the blind children just we are running. And so many probably a few millions of meals were served for the people so far during our activities, and the houses we constructed during the earthquakes, during the cyclones. These are not the services that we can do, because we have no pockets. We have no pockets at all. When we constructed that big project called the Statue of Equality, spending approximately 800 millions, people asked us, how much money you have? We said, when all of you have money pockets with you, then why should I have a pocket? It is the great, generous, philanthropic people who supported all these activities, and just we are only the person to give free advices. The whole credit goes to them. So we felt so much proud by the services those people are doing. And the moment we got it, we dedicated to all our organizers, all our volunteers.
Beautiful. Now, for young people in the room, they're facing, we hear a lot about anxiety, stress, the pressures of a digital world, the pressures of AI that they're facing, too much homework, too much pressure from all directions, maybe too many clubs, too many activities, too much shepherding around by parents. You feel this overwhelmingness. I hear this word a lot. I'm overwhelmed, or this is too much, or this is that pressure that they're facing. But yet, the service that's required and the challenges that humanity faces are vast. I want to save some time for questions for all of us, but this real, bringing towards that wisdom for the young person today. I include myself as somewhat of a young person still, in spirit, but what advice can we take spiritually to give us that strength that you have? I've seen behind the scenes how late night, early morning, you keep moving, you're traveling, you're sharing again and again, your schedule is constant. What's the message for a young person? How can they be inspired and moved to act in such a way?
2 things. What you call the anxiety, stress, strenuous, so much pain and stuff, it is because they were not taught how to adjust the things. That's where they feel the stress. I'll tell you one thing. There is a guru like this and somebody asks you to put something to adjust into that. But you put it like this and started pressing it. Does it go? No. Because you put in a wrong way. As a matter of fact, it's not very difficult stuff, right? It's pretty easy. But you put it like this and started pressing, there's the stress. And the simple thing is, turn it around and then it automatically got adjusted into this, right? Way should be shown to those youngsters as how they have to receive the things, how they have to conduct their things. Today afternoon, we met with a fair lady in the community, and she said in the afternoon, Swamiji, before we come to this organization, I just used to do my job, earn money, take family responsibilities, and just I used to feel so much stressful. But after coming to this, now I'm enjoying a lot. It is simple as how you receive the things. One thing is for sure, you have a cup with you. Beyond the limit of your cup, nothing comes to you. Anything comes to your cup, when your cup is full, it goes out. So, you have your own cup. I'll tell you one small example. I think many of my friends may not be taking it in a serious way. Before COVID, they used to do X amount of work in their offices. Offices found work from home is really good because they are delivering 1.2 than 1 from the home work.
People are working more from home, you mean, right?
Yeah. So they are delivering so much work. So many people found probably work from home is really productive. They did to some extent that much. But after finding that the economy should run, then of course they are pressurizing those people to come to the offices. That's a different story. My point is, you are able to deliver X amount of work, but you are not really doing that much. You are doing only this much and thinking that I did a lot. A small example, you took off for 3 days from the office and your work was stagnated. On 4th day, you go to your office and work very hard, and in 1 day you clear up all your pending work, which means your real capacity is this. This work you are spreading to 3 days and doing. We do something and we feel, oh, I am stressed out a lot. Not really. It happens when you feel that you are the one doing everything. But remember, you are a part of the whole society. And God has given you some kind of ability. Use it to the extent possible. You can't save it for tomorrow. Whatever the ability that you have for today, allocated for today, use it to the extent possible in fullest way. If you use it only 70% and try to preserve the 30% for tomorrow, it won't be there. It will be exhausted. We are using only 70% and thinking that we did full. And when the other 30% also comes into the picture, then we feel we are stressed out. Probably 100.001% also never comes to you. Never comes to you. If you understand this concept, you don't feel stressed. Another point is, when you love the work, You don't feel stressed.
When you love the work, you don't feel stressed. It's amazing.
We have a saying, work is also divine service to God.
Work is service to God.
That means when you are in the office, when you are with your computers, when you are with your business, the persons, who you are dealing with, every action of yours is a service. And service you do with love. Work you do with pressure. So that's why our slogan, normal slogan was something different earlier. Serving humanity is service to God. Jan seva hi Janardhan seva hai. That's how people used to say. In Telugu, people say Manav seva ye, Madhav seva. People used to speak some kind of things like that. But we found it's pretty dangerous thing. Because it's only the man who is causing all sorts of damage to the nature, to the world. Am I right or wrong? Hello? Who is contaminating the water? We. Say we with proud. Who is contaminating the air with CFC, monoxides, etc.? Who is contaminating the soil with the chemicals and plastic? Who is cutting the trees beyond requirement? Killing animals with greed beyond requirement, throwing a lot of stuff spoiled into the ocean. Do you think God is happy with us? If at all there is God. Do you think God is happy with humans? Not really. That's why you need to understand, serve all beings, not only humans, animals, trees, earth, water, air, everything. Serve all. It's not a request. It's not a suggestion either. It's a command. Serve all beings as service to God.
Beautiful.
And this is not out of compassion. You need to remember this. Out of compassion, don't serve animals. Out of compassion, don't serve the trees and stuff. Out of compulsion, you have to do that. Without them, you can't survive. So, whatever you are dealing with, either in the office or in the business or in the home, in the society, take it as a service, love the service, and do it with a kind of real concern. Then you love that. You don't feel stressful. We see in homes, mother take care of the babies. There are some mothers, and there are some handicapped children as well. She deals with the babies day in and out. She never feels, I'm stressed out. Why? Normally, it is 8 hours duty. But for that mother, with those babies, it is 24/7. But do you ever seen that a mother is stressed out with that babies? She carries the baby everywhere. She tries all the means. Anybody may help. Probably they come to people like us. Any Swamiji may bless so that my baby become all right. They think so. They carry the babies all the way because they love. So my friends, love your work. Love your service. And then you don't feel stressed. Love your subject. If you are a student, love your subject. That day you may not feel any benefit of it. But in future, definitely, that's what you said, dharma. You do it now, it fetches something for you tomorrow. You sow the seed today, fruit you may enjoy, or your next generation may enjoy, but for sure, it's enjoyable always.
That's absolutely wonderful. Thank you, Swamiji. Now, I have one last question before the audience has been sitting very patiently, enjoying all of this wisdom, but we want to have some time. I think we'll have some time for some questions, Swamiji, if you allow.
Sure.
But I have one question before, and that is, we've spoken about stress, we've spoken about, how we can serve and work. I think the exemplar is Hanumanji, isn't he? Like how we can be, so that tail, when it's on fire in Lanka, he's dancing and he's burning the whole of Lanka when they've put his tail on fire. That verse probably...
You are the Hanuman.
I'm Das. I try to be. But for me, that is a real example that we have
Yes.
of
Stress management.
stress management. How the mountain can become like a grain of sand, or how fire becomes cool. Can you tell us just in a short few words something about Hanumanji, just before we have some questions?
Today is Guru Purnima. Hanuman is the best guru to all of us.
Oh, wonderful.
The reason I'll tell you, as Hanuman Dasji very rightly mentioned, let it be any kind of situation, when you love your goal, you love the stress, and you will be able to address that. You will be able to overcome that, and you will be able to achieve the result. That's what Hanuman proved. There are some positive hurdles. There are some negative hurdles. There are some people, though positive, but appear like negative to test your perseverance. These are the three examples in the life of Hanuman he faced. He was about to just take a leap over the seas. There was one hurdle, as a friend said, take rest for some time, drink some fruit juice and go. He said, I'm sorry, I am out of time. I do not disrespect you. I receive your honor, and please permit me to proceed. This is a friendly hurdle. And the next one is a demon who opened her mouth, and then he grew. She opened, he grew. Then he thought argument is always wrong. Sometimes, we start arguing with people when they do not accept our words. And argument is always dangerous stuff. And then he grew to some extent and said, this is very bad. And then he just became so humble, because she said, without entering my mouth, no one can go. And then he simply just entered the mouth and came out and said, I followed your word, permit me. This is a test. This is not real hurdle. It's a testing hurdle for him. A friendly but looked like enemy. But he, obeying that, crossed that. And the third one is a real hurdle. Caught his shadow and started doing something. But such kind of things should be addressed properly. Finished it. And then he's gone. So my point is, in life, there are this kind of situations for all of us. When you have taken a difficult task, a big mission into hand, there are some people who say, I love you so much. Don't take this kind of stress. You may be, stressed out too much. Don't do it. It's a kind of hurdle. Though they look like so good, but it's a hurdle. When your resolution is strong to reach your goal, be strong enough. You need not be compromised. But don't disrespect at the same time the other ends, because who are talking something good for you. So with a kind of respect, then you have to convince them and just move ahead. This is what Hanuman did as a guru. Because he experienced such kind of things in the life and exemplified himself for all of us. Take him as an example. And you know what, as the end result he could do? He bridged gaps between Rama and Sita, between Ayodhya people and Rama, man and man, in between family members, between man and animal, between man and the nature, between man and a demon. He became a bridge. We can become bridge between man and man, between man and nature. Undoubtedly, there are some kind of demons also in the society. Look like humans. But you have to deal with even such kind of people. But how to? That you need to know. Hanuman is the best example. There is no better example than Hanuman to know these kind of life management techniques. This is what Hanuman showed. So we constructed a statue of Union in America, in Houston, Texas, at the height of 90 feet, of a Hanuman.
Oh, wow, in Houston, Texas. So when I travel to Hyderabad, maybe I can go via Houston.
Sure.
Okay, wonderful.
And we named it as Statue of Union. Union.
Wonderful.
Bring people together. Each one of us has a role in the society, my friends. Each one of us. We may be small, we may be big, we may be wealthy, we may not. But it makes no difference for me. Each one of us can do something. Do in your own limit, with your own capacity. Something. You can do something. Can you raise your hand, please? To the extent possible. That's all. Try, if you are able to raise to a little more extent. That's all. See, this is of course, but this is all. But this is there. You can stretch. And if I raise to the chair, still more. Everyone has a capacity to do something to the society. We have a duty. We have a responsibility. It is the need of the society as well. So, you need to see that how best you will be able to become a bridge between different people, nature, other creatures. Hanuman Das ji, this is the best example. Hanuman is the best example for all of us, and hence he is the guru of all the gurus. Today is Guru Purnima. What would be the better day than this to remember the Hanuman's help to all of us?
There's nothing more I can say. Swamiji, you've said it all. We do want to grab a couple of young people's questions before we have to, before the team was. Is anybody got any questions? We have a mic out there. There's a hand over here and one over here. Do we have a mic moving around, guys? How long do we have for questions, by the way? 15. Okay. The answer to everything has been 15 minutes, so it's fantastic. We have. Okay.
Jai Shriman Narayan.
Yes, Shriman.
Swamiji, I wrote a question for you specifically. How can we unite Dharmic institutions worldwide to advance our messaging and proudly stand together as Sanatan Dharma and drive our seva to be what unites us?
How do we unite the Dharmic traditions or organizations based on Sanatana Dharma and Hinduism to come together in a unified way?
It's a very, very important question that you have. So thanks to you for asking such a kind of beautiful questions. Whenever you open your mouth and heart, things come together. So the dire need of day is to entertain a kind of dialogue between different organizations. To begin with, take some common points where we all can start from. Not necessarily, I say, Hindu organizations. Even there are great people in the world who are pretty generous, good-hearted. They don't mind religion, but they are good at heart and support good causes. May not be religious causes, but even normal causes. Take up such kind of causes where we all can come together. People in hunger, and people have no homes. People are disabled but far from the education. Having skill but no tools to work with. These are common kind of things, right? Where we can start working together. So only pick up such kind of things. Don't go into intricate things which may create a kind of, wrong opinions. Differences. Not touching those points. If you take only these kind of things and start working together, I think if you sit across the table, many things are resolved. But sitting with each other is very, very important. You send an email, I send another email, that never works out. But if we both sit together, hundreds of things can be resolved. So, the first thing what we have to do, like-minded organizations, I call. Let us come together. Let's work with each other. Let us identify the common goals and work for them first. Then we can talk about the other, the more serious issues. Thank you.
We have one question at the back there. Yeah.
Some friend in the rear side.
Hello. So my question to His Holiness is that he wishes to work towards equality, yet how does he deal with the world fundamentally being unequal? For example, like we're here right now, right? We're talking. Yet halfway across the world, people my age and like Ukraine, for example, are getting dragged into conscriptions. So just the luck of being me, for example, being born here, prevents me from being in war, suffering, and etc. So how does His Holiness reconcile working towards equality while dealing with the fundamental inequality of the world?
How can we work for equality? It's a beautiful question. You young people have wonderful strength, enthusiasm. You always like to put yourself in action. You kind of people never interested to just keep your hands tight and listen to discourses, right? And if somebody asks you to sit down and start meditation, you may not be interested in doing such kind of things. But if some action plan is given to you, you will be able to do it definitely for good. So my suggestion, my friend, identify some students of your age who are in need of some kind of guidance. Start giving them guidance, good guidance, better guidance for future. This first work you can do by yourself. And if you have a team of volunteers like you with you, and you can identify, because there are so many students came from across the world to this country and probably interested in studying but not finding food, shelter, and support. And if possible, identify such kind of students and start supporting them. These are very simple things. Persons like you, I think probably love this kind of services, right? There, while doing, don't ask from what country you are, to what religion you belong, and start working with such kind of people. This is the first thing what we can do. And second thing what we can do is, you see the nature around us. Many people make it dirty. See how best we can keep clean the areas. Identify some area and adopt it for maintaining it with tidiness and cleanliness. This is a physical service what you can do, right? And if anybody among your friends is interested in some kind of skills like knowing computer, knowing programming, and knowing some kind of artisan skills, and try to teach them to others. Let them also learn. These are initial baby steps, I say. Baby steps. You can work with the community, you can work with the people, and that is how you can understand the value of equality. When you helped some boy, some girl in managing oneself, I think when they give a smile, I think it gives us tremendous energy and encouragement, isn't it? This is where we can start with. Our VD Seva is always ready to take such kind of youngsters and work with you people in some kind of areas. We won't be able to change the entire world overnight. That never happens. Every initiative starts with baby steps. Let's put those baby steps.
Thank you. And just to add to that, I just wanted to say that, like, we often say 3 things that Go Dharmic you can give is your time, your talent, and if you can't give neither, maybe you have some treasure that you can give towards supporting some of those causes. Time, talent, or treasure that could be given to support. But Dr. Nicholas Sutton in Oxford Centre for Hindu Studies, about 15 years ago, he said to me, feeding a single child is like feeding the entire universe. So even if you just help one person today, then that is such a tremendous...
So good. Nice, it is. Yeah.
Jai Shriman Narayana. My name is Ratna. First of all, it's such an insightful talk today. Totally grateful and really happy to be here. Thank you so much. And my question is nothing related to the universe or all the problems in this world. This is really very personal. I have been having this question for so many years now. I am taking this opportunity to ask you, the right person, the right guru. I am an anchor, radio jockey. I host a lot of events in Indian communities here. Half of the crowd knows me already. Well, my question, nobody would believe that somebody like me might be thinking like this at the back of their head. A lot of times when I achieve something really big, or somebody praises me, or some accomplishment that I've achieved, I end up in the next few days either falling sick, or something that would bother me, something else would trigger me. So my question to you is, Guruji, do you believe in Dishti or Nazar or evil eye? And is it true? How do we handle it? So some of the people, why I don't post a lot of pictures on Instagram, this is the reason.
Okay, we got your question. When something comes to you, whether negatively or positively, you are upset, isn't it?
When it is positive, I'm definitely not upset, but eventually I'm getting upset.
Overwhelmed. It is very simple. When you purchase a new wristwatch and keep it in your hand, have you ever seen the hand is overwhelmed? Did
Initially,
you?
first few days.
No, because it thinks the credit goes to the body. If it starts really overwhelming, you have to consult a doctor. So whenever you feel such kind of things, it is the result of probably I have done, I have achieved. The feel of such kind always makes this kind of ups and downs. Very simple solution further is, don't feel egotistic.
Not at all, Swami.
That means...
But I'm seeing that fact that
No.
history is hitting me really bad. It is upsetting my health.
Egotistic has another word like arrogance. But I'm not saying arrogance. When you think that I have achieved, then the problem starts. But when you think, yes, God blessed me with this service, then the credit goes to Him.
Okay.
And He feels happy. He knows how to nurture you further.
Okay. Thank you, Swami.
Unfortunately,
I think we've got time for what, one more?
Do we have time for one more? I'm not sure. We have time for one more question. There's a youth volunteer here.
Back someone, looks like.
Does anyone has a question?
Jai Srimad Narayana. Swamiji, I just wanted to ask, how do we identify our swadharma? Because I've heard everything about sevas, but how can I identify my individual duty, how I can contribute?
Is it necessary to be identified individually? Is it necessary? Your foot walks, right? When you come here, it brought you here. Does it require any kind of identification? Your heart supports you 25/7, 24/7, right? Does it require any kind of identification? But if it doesn't work, what happens, you know well. It never expects any kind of recognition. When you are serious, when you are sincere in the work you have taken to hand, recognition comes on its own. Identification comes on its own. Identification is like a butterfly. You know the butterfly? Butterfly looks so beautiful. If you want to catch the butterfly, which is just in the garden, you may hit the trees and stones and you may fall down. Be with the plants. Keep doing some service. The butterfly will fall, will land on your back. You need not do anything. The point is, don't run after identification. Identification comes to you when you want to prove with your service.
That is one of the most beautiful answers I've ever heard, really is. About duty and when we are looking, because a lot of young people will be looking for my thing. What is that thing that I'm going to do? How do I do it? But this example of just getting into the flow of service and allowing that butterfly to fall on your back, that's really beautiful, Swami.
Thank you.
Do we have time for one more, or are we finished?
Yep, I think
We're
this
finished?
is
Okay.
hard finished.
Swamiji, this has been really incredible. Before I hand over, I just want to express my deepest gratitude.
Thank you.
This has been a great privilege for me and a great honor for me, especially on Guru Purnima. So if we can all just please give one more loving round of applause for Swamiji. I would like also to bless you and thank you.
I am privileged to be with you all on this wonderful day, and you are just bearing with us. Though sometimes my language is not that appropriate, and understanding, of course, you people is also a bit difficult because the slang is something sometimes make us a bit difficult. But still, we tried, and you are encouraging us with your patience, and it seems that you are really for the good cause. You are really for good causes. And we pray to Hanuman always to take care of you and make you so rich. Is it good?
Yeah.
It's necessary. When you become rich, you can do more services. When you earn a lot, you can give a lot. And you can see the world enjoys that. God should bless you all.
Thank you all. Thank you. Can I request Swamiji to felicitate Hanuman Das ji, please?
For asking us wonderful questions and making us more comfortable, not complicating.
Thank you to both Hanuman Das ji and Swamiji for such inspiring conversation. Can we please get another round of applause, please? Thank you. I'd now like to request the Go Dharmic volunteers to come onto stage to receive their certificates. So when I call your name, please make your way onto the stage. Brijesh Kantaria. Kailash Satyanarayan. Yes.
Swamiji, these volunteers have been doing tremendous service for years and years, and especially Kailash is incredible.
Kay Taylor.
This young boy is serving the homeless and vulnerable families every week in London, in Luton.
Kashmir Vahi.
One of our wonderful youth volunteers.
Redesh Mate. Sejal Thakur. Vaishnavi Gandhi. Yash Solanki. Would you all like to stand for a picture with Swamiji? Yep.
I think there's some names missing there. Huh? Oh, they go. Were they? Girls, they didn't come. Swamiji, we had some wonderful young girls. They're not here today, but they came from New York, and they were feeding and serving people in New York over there as well. But their parents are here, so maybe they could stand up and we can just send them love for. Beautiful young girls, they're serving in New York, and they started Go Dharmic's work in New York with so much love and compassion because of their wonderful parents. So if you could bless them as well. Why don't you guys come up on behalf of your kids, at least, that you can come and take Swamiji's blessings. Thank you, Swami. Should we have a photo all together? Can we? Yeah. Come, let's stand together with Swamiji, everyone.
Thank you. Next, we have some awards for two of our very special children with diverse abilities. They have participated in our festive greeting card designs, which were shared to supporters of VTSUK, including councillors, MPs, and volunteers. So, I would like to request Ayan and his family to join us on stage to receive a medal and certificate from Swamiji. One photo. I would also like to request Deekshana and her family to join as well. And now we have a few awards for our VTSUK youth volunteers. So when I call your name, please come onto the stage, starting with Gayatri Narula. Harsha Konduru. Neha Sabila. Nitya Golapudi, Pranadi Aluru, Pravanya Reddy Nalala, Rachit Chitti, Rashma Tirlangi, Snigdha Vajnapalli, Somya Nadaminti, Srinika Bomasani, and our youngest volunteer, Vishwaksena Paspaleti. And to Davinya. Davinya? To Adya Upala. And Davinya. Wrong one. Darshini, sorry.
Not but not the least, today's MC, our youth leader, Riya Sadasya. Can I request everyone please come front so that for the picture? Thank you all.
Please.
Okay. With the certificates done, I would now like to invite the driving force behind tonight's event. He's the creative mind who brought tonight's vision to life. So let's hear it from him himself. Mr. Praveen Sadasya, please join us on the stage.
Om Asmat Gurubhyo Namaha, Acharya Divyatirurile Sharanam. Jai Sriman Narayana, esteemed dignitaries, ladies and gentlemen. When I first conceptualized this event, we didn't have any second person in mind apart from Hanuman Das ji, since we knew him. And I can't thank you enough, Hanuman Das ji, for accepting our proposal for this event. And I'm sure that it's been a brilliant event, the way Hanuman Das ji is hosted. And thanks to Dharmic team for securing this wonderful venue as well. So this is the first time we were here, and then I think it's really majestic the way we have this venue. Thank you very much. I'm also grateful that today's event was held on an auspicious day of Guru Purnima as we planned, and Swamiji obliged and kept it for us to have this event, where we were were able to showcase our Acharya's greatness towards serving all beings. Thanks again to Swami Varu for all these years of selfless service, inspiring millions of people across the whole world. It's not just us, like this has gone live streaming across US and everywhere, and we're already getting good feedback about the way Swamiji's answers have helped everybody to understand. So again, once again, once again, an immense thanks to Swamiji and Hanuman Dasji for such a candid and insightful conversation. The experience knowledge that has been shared with us tonight is something I'm sure has resonated with many in this room. So we'd like to have a big round of applause for them, please. Lastly, I just want to say that I've been a member of VTSUK since 2009 when VTSUK was conceptualized. I've been a working member since then. It's been 16 years of my service to VTSUK so far. And I've enjoyed and cherished every moment of that, and I can't thank enough of Swamiji's for entrusting me to be of some service for Swamiji's organization. And I guess that's about it. I will take leave. Thank you very much. Sorry, just want to mention that Swamiji is flying to Geneva tomorrow morning and participating in a conference there in the UN Geneva offices. So it will be a great occasion for us to see that also happening, and then we will try and broadcast that or share that information with you once we have that. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Praveenji, for sharing your experience. Can I also request Mr. Virendra Sharma and Mr. Uday Nagaraju to come up on stage to be felicitated as well? Thank you so much, and thank you for our audience for being patient. We have just a few more photo opportunities, and I'd appreciate if we keep them brief to ensure a smooth flow of the event. But now I'd like to ask Team Jet UK's President Anu Sadasya to join us on stage with, Team VTS UK's President Anu Sadasya to join us on stage with the rest of the team. Can all of Team VTS UK please make their way to the stage? Oh, let me go behind. Yep. And I'll call Dharmic first. And can I also request the Dharmic team to come onto the stage for a photo as well, please? Any of the Dharmic team, please? And finally, Team Jet UK, who propagates Swamiji's spiritual missions here in the UK. Please can you make your way onto the stage? Team Jet UK. Thank you all for being patient as well. Oh my God. Please keep moving in. Thank you. And for this one last photo, big smiles, please. Can everyone please make your way to the stage? Jai Sriman Narayana, thank you. Please exit the stage in orderly fashion.
Jai Sriman Narayana, Swamivar Parivaram, please. Gopi Swami, Madhu Swami, please. Sriman Narayana Swami, Jai Ram. Varsha Swami. Rohit. ఇంకెవరున్నారు వాసుదేవా
Thank you. I'm doing it. I told you. If you want to say it, say it. I've got everything here. It doesn't do that. Keep it up on its own? Yes, it'll talk. I told you before. Are you talking to me? I didn't hear that. Thank you, everybody. VTSUK President Anuji would like to say a few words as well. If you guys could please direct your attention to Anuji. Thank you.
Thank you all. I am Anu Sadasya, President of VTSUK, and I want to sincerely thank you from the bottom of my heart for joining us today on this momentous occasion of Swamiji's last day of the trip. Thank you, Swamiji, for gracing this occasion. Your presence and support means so much, not just to us, but this continued journey of keeping Swamiji's vision alive. Though the evening is drawing to a close, our work and dedication carry on. There is still more to come in the days ahead. Please stay tuned. Thank you once again, and we look forward to seeing you at our future events. Thank you.
What are all these people taking pictures? Santosh Swami. Santosh Swami.